fiercely faithful. With every tear we shed and through our sufferings, Father is always with us. He collects our tears in his bottle, and he knows how hard it can be to overcome this world and the infirmity of the flesh. But the just will walk by faith. Through faith, we believe, through faith, we persevere, and, through faith we mature, as we trust him even in the hardest of circumstances, for he cares for us and loves us beyond measure. We are his, and he refines us in the fires of affliction to bring forth a vessel ready for the next stage of the journey in him. We are almost there. Let us lay down all that we have gone through on our Father's altar and ask him to use our sufferings for his purposes and for his glory. The following is an abridged version of the understanding Father gave my husband and I about how he weaves our experiences and sufferings into a glorious tapestry of the children of the great I Am. My love is eternal, and as an expression of my love manifested in and through my children, I have created an interwoven tapestry of my children's journeys, as they go through this life and the fires of affliction that I allow to greater intimacy in me. It is made up of all of your struggles, sufferings, and triumphs, and it highlights the heart motive of each life decision you have made in the depth of color and brilliance displayed. Each decision a person makes to walk in greater faith and obedience and what I have called them to do produces an outcome in the spirit. This in turn affects how each thread is added and how all are connected to display the beauty and brilliance of my design. It is a wonder to behold. My beloved ones, you are precious in my sight, and this life is filled with so much that you don't fully understand, but the time is coming when you will, and great will be your reward in heaven. Hold on to my truths and my promises and rejoice. I am always with you in your sufferings, and I sit with you in the ashes. Will you praise me and continue to walk in greater faith, even in affliction? Let not bitterness take root, but give me your sufferings, as you have given me your hearts and your lives. I am always with you. You are loved beyond measure, my precious ones. Hold fast till I come, my child. Encourage my people with my words. I see your journey from a perspective that you are not able to completely understand now, but, very soon you will understand the suffering in this life. I have given you parts of the bigger picture, a glimpse into the reason and the meaning behind why there must be suffering while you are here. But, as my spirit comes to pour out in full measure, your spiritual eyes will see clearly, and you will rejoice in that you suffered well. For those who have suffered much, I am here. I have always been here. I have not only walked beside you through this life, but I go before you. I am your rear guard. I head you in on all sides, but most importantly, I'm within. There is a price to pay, yes, for following me and for walking in obedience. Suffering in this life may not seem to bring a desirable outcome from your perspective, but it is the heart in the suffering that I see. I see all of you who are my hidden but fierce warriors, you who are no one to the world, you who suffer alone and without physical comfort from another, you who suffer long, hard, and much. Let me assure you, my beautiful ones, I see every tear, I hear every thought, I hold you and I comfort you from within. It is I who gives you the inner strength to go one more minute, one more hour, one more day, not giving in to despair, doubt or fear, but rather praising me all the more that you are chosen. I was with you from your beginning, as I chose you for this reason, because I saw you would suffer well. I saw your fierce faithfulness and your steadfast endurance, your quiet obedience in the suffering, and I said yes, you are my beloved, you will glorify me much in your suffering and the reward will far outweigh the cost for the short time that you are here. You trust me for the outcome, and you believe that I will heal you at the appointed time, even without the full understanding. You accept what I allow for you, and you don't complain or become bitter. Your testimony will be so powerful for others, and I will manifest myself to them through you. I am coming for you sooner than you think. Continue to seek me in every moment, pray and talk to me without ceasing. My people, draw close to me now, as I wish to share more wisdom with you. My Father allowed my heart to be pierced, all for the sake of love. My blood ran freely so that all would have the choice to choose me as their Messiah and King, and live eternally with their Creator. Love is what held me to my cross, and it was in my time of greatest pain and anguish that my purpose here was fulfilled. It is crucial that you understand what I am saying. You are experiencing many sorrows now, as the judgments are here. For some they have occurred in close proximity to you, for others, it has become personal, just as I have spoken in my word and through these messages in the past. The darkness grows more intense day by day, as I withdraw my protection from a world that does not accept or recognize me as sovereign over all creation. I see your broken hearts, I hear your cries and petitions, I sorrow with you through the tragedies and the despair you are experiencing. Nothing goes unnoticed, for I care so much for each of you. I am asking that when it seems darkest, when it seems that the evil is victorious, when the hurts are too much to bear, when you suddenly are stripped from all you took comfort in, give me your heart, give me all of it, give everything to me, hold back nothing. When the disasters strike, when you lose your homes, your incomes, your friends, and yes, your families, praise me still. When the innocent are gunned down and the senseless crimes against humanity continue, remember, I am in control. When all appears lost and the wicked one whispers in your ears that you are forsaken, call to me, as I am here and will never forsake you, for you see, there is a much greater work being done in this earth than what my people are able to perceive. I try the hearts of men, I give and I take away, I sift and I shake, for in it all, your hearts are being measured. The degree of love, my unconditional love that you manifest to each other in the midst of all I am allowing is what I am looking for. Will you forgive those who have done the most horrific and vile things to you or your loved ones, as I forgave all while on the cross, even those directly responsible for my physical death? Or, will you harbor judgment, cursing and accusing your enemies? My example on Calvary, as well as my word, has given you the way to respond in order that I am glorified in all things. I alone am judge and I alone am creator of all. I know the plans I have for each soul I have created, and these plans are not to harm you. Do you believe in my words of truth? I have the outcome of every individual's life and have purposed it from creation to its fulfillment. That means nothing is out of order, and when I bring a soul home from this earth, that soul has fulfilled her purpose here. This may be very difficult to accept for many of you, but my ways are not man's ways, they are higher. When you know my story, however, and realize how the greatest act and resulting gift by my sacrifice on the cross has allowed a way for sinful man to access my kingdom, then I ask you to accept my truth spoken here, that by your full surrender in all things, I can also perform the greatest work in you, my vessels, my sanctification through purification, which not only brings you deeper into intimacy with me, but glorifies the one who gave his all for you. Just as my suffering was not in vain, yours also does not have to be in vain, if you will simply trust me to perform my greatest work now, in and through you, in this final hour of man. Collectively, your united surrender in brokenness will bring about the most glorious manifestations of my kingdom that the earth has ever seen. I know your weariness of the evil and its darkness. Trust me anyway. I know you are so very tired and feel stretched beyond your limits, but I will never give you more than you can bear. I know the pain can be blinding as well as paralyzing, but don't give the enemy a foothold, as I already paid the price and your victory is assured. I see many of you who have loved and given, surrendered and given up all in this world, and who feel alone and betrayed, rejected and outcast. You, my beloved, are my jewels. You are the cherished ones in my heart. You are these to whom I speak to this day. You are who I am coming for. You are they which will receive the full measure of the outpouring of my spirit, as I infuse you and equip you to assist me in bringing the lost home. You, my chosen and called out ones, have been purposed for this generation of my return to set the captives free. I am looking to you to tether my kingdom here and to unite the dying world with the eternal and unconditional love of their Creator. You are precious in my sight and I walk this path with you. When all hope seems lost, come to He who is the healing balm for all your hurts. I will bring you comfort and a peace that transcends the limitations of this realm. Immerse yourselves deeply, deeply loves, for I am the answer to all things. Come, and together let us finish the work my Father has begun. My daughter, and all my beautiful ones, I am here, I am closer than your next breath. I know your hearts and the desire you have to seek me with everything you have, although the suffering is great for all of you that are close to me, and evil increases exponentially. I have instructed you that you are to suffer well, for it is in this suffering that you have learned obedience, that your faith has been increased, and that you set the example here of what it means to walk the crucified life, yet display the glorified life as I did when I walked this earth. Nothing you can suffer here compares to the suffering I endured. My love knows no bounds, therefore, yours does not either. A servant's heart is what I have taught you, even in the midst of your suffering, especially in the midst of your suffering, for you see, I have strategically placed those around you in various relationships, whether they be family members, co-workers, acquaintances that need to see you suffer well, because it will be the only way they see me. The opportunities for those who have not made a commitment to me come to a close, as I remove my hand of protection and grace from the earth. At this point, those who have lived by the law will be judged by the law. A greater refining fire is upon you, for those who need more training and for those who have not heeded the call I have placed upon their hearts and lives to be my disciples. Although many of them are still mine, there is a separation now for those who are not living according to my word. There will be no excuses for them, as you have been the example I have given them of what it looks like to live in holiness, righteousness, and obedience, even while suffering. Those such as yourselves that have learned my ways and accepted my will for your lives have my understanding that in the suffering I allow while incarnated here, you grow in great intimacy and maturity in me. It is here in this place of humility, contriteness and brokenness that I pour out my spirit and counsel you in my ways, giving you the understanding, wisdom, revelation and knowledge of the kingdom that otherwise cannot be attained. To suffer as I did brings great joy to you who understand the deeper meaning of why you have come here and the great purpose you have in furthering my kingdom and giving me glory. I have taught you from my word that living in the Spirit is contrary to living in the flesh, and therefore, you must continue to be extremely circumspect that you only speak life, and that your thoughts align with mine. The mind is the battlefield, and most operate from the mind, but my children know that to overcome you must be in alignment with my word, and abide in my heart, so the fleshly man is put under the submission and obedience of the Spirit at all times. In this way, you will speak my words, my thoughts will be your thoughts, and your responses will be in humility and love to each situation you encounter. I speak to you this way from deep within, and in this way, others will only encounter me, in these final moments my remnant, before all changes, and I pour out my spirit and my strength upon you. Continue to love and be loved, continue to pray relentlessly for the lost. I hear every utterance of your hearts, your prayers avail much in my kingdom. Never underestimate how powerful they are when you walk in me. Rejoice, as I am coming quickly and my reward is with me, to give according to your works. Be about my Father's business above all else. Remain completely committed to that which I have purposed and called for you to do, not allowing idolatry of any kind to hinder you from my will and direction for you in this late hour. If I have called you to leave family, employment, places of residence and there has been hesitancy, pray for the courage and resolve to do as you have been instructed now. Put nothing before my call on your life. As I have spoken previously, your positioning is critical, and I will make a way where there appears to be none. Remember, if you are not completely aligned with me and my will for you, not only will your course be altered, but so will all those who you are in relationship with be altered as well. Paradigms shift and frequencies are increased or lowered as my people either respond or hesitate to my instructions. Do not get in the way of what I am trying to do in those closest to you. Release them to me. Only I can penetrate their hearts and bring them to a place of brokenness. Fear is not of me, discouragement and despair are not of me. Nothing is to come before me, not your family, your work, your living situation, your finances, your ministry. Those who have placed these things before me will not advance now as I come to pour out my spirit according to my word in this season. Be ready in every moment now. Be hopeful and be encouraged as all things come to pass. You have nothing to fear when you are in me, with me, living through me, and I have surrounded you with my angelic realm to assist you in all you have been called to do. All of my promises to you are coming true. Watch expectantly and see what I will do. My daughter and my beautiful remnant, I am here. I am within each of you. I live, and therefore you live. Your experience is my experience, the victory is already won. As you have laid down your lives in complete surrender, I have poured in, and I call you mine. You are my beloved, and you are chosen before you were formed for my purposes. Your allegiance is with me, and I do not break my covenant with you. My commands are not grievous, and as my sheep, you follow my voice. You were born for such a time as this, and nothing is permitted outside of my will for you in this realm. Do I not teach you to suffer well, my children? I command you to love others, as I have loved you. I command you to forgive, as I have forgiven you. I command you to not have a spirit of fear, but be strong and courageous. I command you to walk in my footsteps and believe in me. I have told you to live the crucified life, but display to all those I send, the glorified life. As I did, I command you to trust me and believe that my words are truth and life. Praise me in this storm. How can one minister to others if you have not truly understood the degree of their suffering? It is the Spirit that gives life, the flesh profits nothing. I never said this was an easy road, the way of the Master. That is why the way is so narrow, and so few find it. There is so much to be learned and so much to be gained through the surrendering during your suffering here. There has been a great shift again in the spiritual realm, and your labor pains have intensified. The contractions are stronger and coming closer together now. Although you do not have the complete understanding of your pain and suffering here, I assure you, there is a higher purpose to what I am allowing in each of you. When you suffer, you are given a choice as to how you respond. Your carnal nature would have you fall into complaining, bitterness, discouragement and even hopelessness. You even question why. Yet, I have called you to command your spirit to govern your soul nature and walk in the victory that I have already accomplished for you at the cross of Calvary. Through your pain and suffering, I am giving you one last opportunity to circumcise your heart, before I come fully to indwell you. There is one last surrendering that needs to take place, wherein you lay down absolutely everything in your heart that is not in alignment with me, in order that I pour into a pure and holy vessel. There must not be any more self-lingering in you, no wrong attitudes towards what I am allowing, no complaining, no self-pity and no likes or dislikes, opinions or remarks that come from the flesh. Your flesh is being stripped completely to prepare for the imminent filling of my presence, in order that my design is carried out in you, once and for all. Lay down your deepest and most intimate cares and concerns, especially for this vessel, your body and my temple, as it will be made new, and I will not allow any harm to come to you that is not for your better interest and for my glory. Do not strive against the process of this labor, rather rejoice in that if I cause you to labor, I will bring forth. Wisdom is given to those who desire it and pray for it. My perspective here is attainable when you do the things I have taught you to do. Each one of you has a very particular and important role to play, a purpose to carry out that is completely specific to you. Denying self and removing self from your focus, you are shown in layers what that purpose and role are in this walk. To remember, you are here to make a choice between light and dark, good and evil, all the while under the curse of this realm and existing in a fallen world where darkness is God. In understanding how I created you in my image and sent you here to manifest and glorify me, you have learned that your position greatly influences others in the choice they make to raise or lower their frequencies, bringing them closer or further away from my presence. I am aware, my loves, of every trial and test you endure. I have designed it to be so for your good. I call you overcomers, because I have already seen you through the most difficult of circumstances you have here. Your greatest suffering can be my greatest glory if you allow me to work in and through you. My promises are sure and true, and I am ever faithful. Continue to stand on the solid truth of my word, of who I am, knowing beyond a doubt that a greater work is being done than anything you can imagine, as you suffer here in this life. How can one know me intimately without having a need to cry out from the depths of your being for me? I hold all the answers, and your obedience in humility is the key. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Spiritual pride deceives many. The fear of me is the beginning of wisdom, and very few now exhibit that fear. I tell you this, however, I am about to reveal myself in a way never known to man before, and each soul will tremble at my sudden presence collectively, truth standing before them. As my remnant manifests my glory here in this realm, no excuses will be accepted on that day, as all will be transparent. The larger harvest of my bride will run out of the church and man-made religions, out of the institutions of higher learning. They will run from all the indoctrination and programming that has been taking place for so long now. As my truth pours out in great measure, my mercy will save many, even as a brief time of great judgment and persecution are carried out. That time is upon you, my people. The warnings have ceased, as you know, and those who have not repented will remain as part of this group to be tried once more. I realize how desperately my army needs strength, counsel, and healing. I assure you, I know every detail, and my plan is perfect. Your time has come and all heaven celebrates your return. Take heed that you do not despair, do not be discouraged, do not lose heart, as my love for you abounds and I hold you in my palm. Keep your eyes heavenward, and I reiterate, do not move in any direction without my express counsel to do so. Watch, listen, and pray without ceasing. What's in this cup, Father? Is there any way this can pass me by? Is there any other way? 3 times, I too, asked of my Father if there was any other way. I was fully divine, yet fully human, and therefore, you must believe me when I say, I know what you are experiencing. I know your heart and your struggles, as I too have drunk the cup, the ultimate cup of sacrifice that to which nothing can compare. Daughter of Zion, it is He who has purchased you with my blood, He who ransomed you and drank the cup of suffering and sorrow, so that you too could be with me eternally, as you have chosen to also drink the cup of my suffering. When offered this cup, you drank its dregs. Although I told you at the time, you could not fully understand what you were accepting. This cup represents the burden of your submission. This cup contains many jewels of wisdom which will be found for those who seek it. Your trust was placed in me and you agreed to be emptied of everything, emptied of you, emptied of anything that has meaning in this life. Those who call themselves mine are not only asked to believe in me, but suffer with me. The humbling that is necessary prepares you for great deliverance, my beloved. When you are most comfortable in this life, if I were to ask you, will you die now for me? Would you say yes? And when you have had enough of this life and its trials and sufferings, sorrows that seem unceasing, and just want to be removed from this realm, and I were to ask you now, will you live? What would your answer be? To truly live is to die to all here, and to die to all here is to live with me eternally. There is always a spiritual benefit to you drinking of this cup, to your yes and amen when I ask more and more of you. Your afflictions, although grievous, are preparing you for eternity with me, and giving you more opportunities to glorify me in this your journey. When that which is perfect is come, you will have more understanding. Allow my grace each day to be sufficient. That which is unknown now will soon be known. You have asked for the full measure of faith to be given to you in this life, that which was purposed for you from the beginning. Your steadfastness of mind and heart when afflicted, regardless of how those trials come, is one of the greatest opportunities I offer you to grow in this faith. Little maturity is attained when life is easy and comfortable, but when I raise a storm, or permit the enemy to send wave after wave against you, remember the cup that you drank, remember the suffering of your Messiah, and your suffering will be nothing in comparison to what has been given for you. You will then achieve the position of full emptiness and surrender, contriteness and humility of heart. This, then, is the vessel that is the hose that I will pour all of myself into, the instrument that will then be wielded mightily in this last hour in order that many will be saved. This is the patience of the saints. Your perspective is imperative. I have taught you to pray to see things from my kingdom perspective, not the carnal mindset, and then I will show you that afflictions are often the trials of extraordinary grace. Your hope is not laid up here, it is in another life. I have my purposes for all I do and all I allow. You have my word, I will finish the work I have begun, so I ask of you not to hinder the process. I know this is hard to hear, but pray to see in the spirit, and again, not from your limited perspective. Do not despair, do not lose hope, believe that I am at your side through it all. My ways are not your ways, my providence is just and wise, and I do no wrong thing. Consider affliction as a mercy through which I mature you and mold you more and more into my image. When you submit, the trials of this life will continue to come, and many times become increasingly hotter, this furnace of affliction, until the desired results are achieved. This is my way, and it is perfect, although not completely understood. My way requires self-denial. Not your will but my will be done. Many will be persecuted and suffer reproach. Many of you will suffer physically and be tormented. When you are weak, it is then that I am made strong. The way of my cross is the way of offense to those who are lost, as they can't see that the way of suffering leads to eternal glory. I will ask you to forsake yourself, your way of life, your ambitions, this world, your expectations, everything, to follow in my footsteps. In doing these things, you will be set free. I have raised up an army of saints, my remnant, who will astound the world with my glory. Great exploits and manifestations will be seen everywhere, as the light of my love explodes through you in all the earth. You are my vessels who have been tried in the fire, tested and purified, molded into my image and then sent out to show the world who I am. So, daughter of Zion, rejoice. Rejoice in that you are invited to share in the sufferings of your Messiah. Rejoice in that this is not your home, and that you have my word that I am coming for my bride, my beloved, very very soon. Your weeping only endures for a night, but joy comes in the morning. I am here, I am perfect love, I am with you in the ashes of this life, and I will never leave you. I have hedged you in on all sides, I have sent my angels regarding you. You are arrows in my quiver, and although the hordes of hell rise against you, they will not prevail. Rest in my promises, as my words are engraved upon your heart. Cling to me and stay close to my heart and watch what I am about to do in your day. There has never been another time like what you are about to see, as the kingdom of heaven invades earth through my chosen crown jewels. I am at the door, believe and be still, knowing the King has written your names on the palm of my hand. I love you,